What happens if Watson forces his way into SF? Can he decline all of their offers? He can decline all other offers and could possibly end up with the Texans taking less for Watson. We addressed this earlier. Go ahead. So what do you think?
Yeah, so see, this is I'm not going to dismiss this as a possibility, but what I'm going to say is this is not something that would happen in a month. This would be a process for this to happen this exact way that you've outlined. It would be a process that gets outlined for 4 months and 5 months, and finally they just give in to Watson. It'll get really ugly, and if the 49ers are willing to wait and be patient and play this ugly game, then sure, yes, what you just outlined is a possibility.
Yeah, but again, try to think this through from the point of view of a 25-year-old who has zero ties to San Jose. All right. Where would you want to go?
Miami?
San Jose?
Miami.
It's just, I mean, so maybe Deshaun Watson one day will be like, you know what? I got to leave Houston and I have to go to Santa Clara because, look, I love Great America. It's one of the best theme parks in America. Drop Zone it's just my jam, and I got to go there. Probably not. Although if he's been to Drop Zone before, it's very scary. It's 32 stories, Vish. Have you ever been on something like that? 32 stories is high.
No.
So Watson, something to think about. But there are probably good theme parks in Miami as well. Andrew Mayberry had nothing to say. He just is a really generous person. Thank you very much. And Jay just might have said something. Hold on. Yeah. James says, what do you think about the Niners taking position of need in first round and drafting Trask or Mon in the second round to sit behind Jimmy G for a year? It's a great question. Vish, what do you think about going quarterback in round 2 and need in round 1?
I think this is the likely scenario right now. I think this is what's going to end up happening. And I think that's because Chris Ballard, if you saw, he gave an interview and they asked him, Chris, when are you going to go get your quarterback? And he said, well, it's not about going and getting your quarterback. It's about going and getting the right quarterback. And I think the Niners are going to sit there at 12 and be like, well, Fields, Wilson, Lawrence gone for sure. And we're not going to sit here and not take the quarterback that we don't absolutely love unless they're just enamored and smitten with Trey Lance, okay? And if that happens, then things change. But else, like we saw them at number 2 with no quarterback, nothing, and they felt that they weren't smitten with Mahomes, Watson, or Trubisky, so they went the Solomon Thomas route. And I think that they'll end up doing the same thing. I guess they'll be contented with Jimmy Garoppolo, and then they'll come back and try and get a guy that they feel they can develop in round 2 that they feel has similar upside or similar value to somebody they could have gotten at round 1. That's exactly how it happened in 2017, where they loved CJ Beathard, right? The comparison for Kyle was Kirk Cousins. Unfortunately, that one didn't work out, and Solomon Thomas didn't work out. Let's see if it works out better this time with that model.
Yeah, this draft is reminding me a little of the draft 10 years ago, 2011. There were a lot of quarterbacks that went top 45, I think 6. And I think this year, to me, Mon is giving me a little bit of Colin Kaepernick vibes, that guy you can get at the top of round 2, mid-round 2, who, if you sit him for a year and he's in the right place, he just might make it as a starter.
Mac Jones and Trask or Andy Dalton.
Yeah, they're right in that Andy Dalton area. You got Cam Newton would be Justin Fields. Trevor Lawrence is definitely Ryan Tannehill, maybe a little bit better. Zach Wilson could be Jake Locker. I was going to say Mac Jones could be could be Christian Ponder. I don't know, but there's some interesting parallels there. Of course, history doesn't repeat itself, and this really is not a discussion worth having.